Tam fam, let's give it up for Gabrielle Union. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look how, just breathtakingly beautiful. How do you stay so beautiful and work so hard?
Tequila.
No, so good. You were here in September promoting the book, You Got Anything Stronger, speaking of tequila. And then I saw the trailer for Cheaper by the Dozen. The versatility never ends. And I know you. You don't put your name on anything you don't believe in. But this movie goes back. Your sister actually turned you on to the original.
Yes, she was obsessed with the original, and she would watch it religiously, nonstop. So I grew up watching it, probably several times
See, I only knew the Steve Martin version with Bonnie Hunt.
Oh, yeah.
That was, I don't know, it was the 2000s.
Yeah. So by the time, Steve Martin and that crew came, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm longing for the original. Why would you remake it? Why would you remake Genius? And then I was like, I think we should remake Genius.
And you made it even better. No offense, I love the other versions, but this version is the one we need now, and it's relevant. Now, this beautiful blended family.
Yes.
I love it. We know that it parallels your blended family, which you write about a lot, and you've talked about learning what blended family means and the nuances of it and how it can inspire us and motivate us. You've made a lot of sacrifices work-wise for your family. You, again, don't take things lightly when it comes to how long you're going to be away from them.
No. We have to always try to figure out how we're not both gone for long stretches of time at the same time.
How do you do that?
Not well. Like, currently, we're both gone for, Dee's gone for like a month. I was gone for 2 weeks, but we took the whole family, took the whole circus to Atlanta to be there for, for Dwayne and support him. And then I was off to, come here. So we rely on both set of grandmas. We moved to LA, so they're right down the street. My sister moved in with us. My niece moved. So we have a massive.
Do you have like calendar night where you sit down and say, okay, you can go this weekend and I will go and promote my thing? How does that work?
Everyone gets a family schedule. So you know where everyone is, who is picking up who, what needs to be done, what's happening at the house, what's happening with the dogs, that's the only way, but everyone has to get that schedule. And then we have a master calendar that is printed up and posted throughout the house so no one's confused.
Right.
And also so your kids can't do onesie-twosie on you.
What is that?
Where they're like, oh, well, Mom said that I could stay the night at such and such, where I either haven't been asked or I was like, oh, heck no. And then, but Dad doesn't know. Right. But if, because all he's looking at is the schedule.
So you box them in.
So they'll go to Dad, and he'll be like, I think that's a great idea. And I'm like, no, it's not. I just
Well, going back to how you make the personal decisions, though, because I said you have all of these business ventures, and your hand isn't so much, but you believe in all of it. The sacrifice, though, comes when you have to say no because you do put them first.
Yes.
How do you handle that emotion? You are a high-achieving person. And so when you're sitting there saying, I can't do this project because of them, how did you keep it from making you feel like you were missing out on something?
I have to balance my ambition with my soul. I will not take on... Oh, thank you.
That's beautiful.
I don't do anything if it disrupts my peace, my joy, and my grace. And that is also what my family is to me, my peace, my joy, and my grace. So if somebody comes with this amazing opportunity, I'm like, wow, that is amazing for someone, not for me, not with everything that I have going on. Because when my peace and my soul and all of that is disrupted, it ripples through the whole family, and it's just not worth it. There's nothing that's worth their peace.
And it's tough. I remember just recently, my son woke up in the middle of the night, and his baby monitor, and I heard him say, Mommy, where are you? And I just was like, I'm quitting the show, I'm staying home. And then I'm like, but wait a minute, we have bills, wait, And it's like life comes back at you fast.
The bank is so weird about wanting their money every month. So pushy. Yeah,
Do you have that guilt factor when balancing the family?
Every day. So, when I walk into, whether it's preschool or we took her to dance class for the first time in Atlanta, last week, and she's like, that's my mom, Gabrielle Union. And I'm like, do I need a name tag at my house? But it just makes you feel like, dang, like I'm gone too much, where she feels like she has to claim me publicly, to everybody. Like, that's my mom. I'm like, well, don't people know?
Well,
But it's
instead,
like,
she's like, that's my mom, Gabrielle Union, people. As we mentioned, the Union-Wade crew is a family affair, but there is one superstar we were just talking about in my eyes. The youngest member of the crew, 3-year-old Kaavia, coming up. Gabrielle and Kaavia's surprising new mother-daughter business venture that is history-making. We'll be right back. I am back with the incredible Gabrielle Union Wade, star of the new Disney Plus movie, Cheaper by the Dozen, about a blended family with 10 Can you imagine 10 children in real life?
No, I cannot. That's a daycare. That is a whole school.
That's a whole school. I mean, I was looking at your social media the other day with Kaavia. She has her own Instagram account at 3 years. Nearly 2 million people follow her. How do you decide how much of the family to share? Look at that beautiful face. How do you decide how much of her to share? Because people are now just fans.
Yeah, no, I mean, we don't share every single
Of
thing.
course,
Dee
yeah.
has certain parameters about, how he wants his daughter, to be presented to the world. But we wanted to create a space for her and other little Black girls to just exist. If they don't feel like smiling, don't smile. If your hair is not done, it's not done. These are not character issues. It doesn't say anything about us as parents or anything about her as a child, but it gives her and other little Black girls to be free to be their complete, authentic selves. And a lot of times when you see like some Instagrams where everything has to be super perfect, like even the kids are airbrushed, that's not realistic, and we can't keep that up. And I want little Black girls and Black women to be able to exist in the world exactly as we are without any expectations.
Yes. You and Kaavia recently became part owners of a professional women's soccer team, Angel City Football Club. So Kaavia is now one of the youngest owners in professional sports.
Yes, yes, yes. And I love that what we did as a collective, Serena Williams and her daughter Olympia, they kicked us off into into ownership, and then, followed up with Candace Parker and her daughter Layla. And they were like, come on, we got to complete the trifecta. And so me and Kav dove in, and it is amazing. I played soccer my whole life, so I'm a huge fan. And I was usually one of the only Black people, as far as the eye could see, on those soccer fields and those tournaments. So to be a part of ownership and to see our team is so diverse and it's so amazing. We are International Women's Day every day over at Angel City.
Do you, I think the term is called future tripping when you look at your kid and you wonder, where will they be, where will they go? When you look at her now, what do you see in 20 years?
Anything she wants.
Yeah.
And we're just back there being her cheerleader and trying to create a safe, protective, loving bubble for her, so she always feels like she's deserving. She is whip smart. I mean, but she's also looks like an Olympian, like swimmer now. She loves dance. She super enjoyed dance. She loves to speak. Who knows? She could be president.
Yeah.
Or she could just be chilling.
It's so great. I was curious. I read a quote. Was it Shaquille O'Neal talked about his own children? He was on a finance show. And he said he wanted them to earn their leisure, and he said he didn't want to give his kids, or basically wasn't going to leave anything to them. Yeah. We've heard other celebrities say they won't will anything, that earn your own. Have you ever thought about that? Because well, first of all, Kaavia's rich. So she's earned her own. She got a fashion line. She's got everything. She owns a sports team. But do you ever think about, do we leave things or do we let them find their own?
It's going to be both. We will leave a legacy that is far beyond financial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're watching us build companies that actually look like the demographic that we are targeting. We're not going to say, oh, we want to, create something for Black folks or brown folks or Asian folks or all folks, but then the company doesn't look like all of those people. Yeah. So they're watching us build companies from scratch and really put our intention into these things. So yes, I want them to have that same kind of work ethic and ambition, but at the same time, I want them to not feel as burdened about continuing some other kind of legacy. I want them to have the freedom in every sense to be able to chart their own course. So whether you make 20 grand a year or you make a bazillion, you know that you are covered not only by our family, but by our entire village. So you can chase whatever dream you want and you are covered. But that's the goal for us. But yeah, they will work.
They're gonna work. They all work now.
They started, yeah, all of them.
When you look at the busyness of the house now, slowly everybody's peeling off. So family right now has been defined as a busy house.
Yeah.
So now each one starts to leave.
Yes.
And then Kaavia, I'm about to cry with you. And then Kaavia goes off and then family is defined as just the two of you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a long way down the road, but it'll come fast.
Yeah.
The definition of family is fluid.
Always. It should always be fluid. And I think for so many marginalized communities, just as a culture, you are your brother's keeper. But your brother could be your neighbor, your brother could be your cousin, your brother could be your grandma. And that's why we have multi-generational households pretty much at all times. Yeah, somebody's granny is gonna be in that back room or Uncle TT or whoever. But we don't abandon family.
No.
We keep it all together. But we have included our extended village of friends, family. You know, I come from the dozens of cousins, one of the largest Black families in the state of Nebraska, one of the largest in the Midwest.
Yeah.
We don't play about family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When my little cousin, we call her Dee Dee, but the world calls her Sweetie, we were like,
I remember when you posted her video, everyone said, did you know that Gabrielle Union's cousin is Sweetie? I'm like, wait a minute, that's the biggest family ever.
Yeah, we have a massive family, but we keep everybody covered in our love and in our protection. And I hope more people value your family and your family's peace and their sanctity in the same way that you will fight for every member of your family equally.
I love it. Yeah. Well, you know I'm an extended version of that family because this woman has fought for me and been there and came on the show and flew in, and I consider you family. So thank you for everything. Congratulations. Nobody sticks up for women like this woman. And let's stick up and watch her new movie, Cheaper by the Dozen, with our families. Streaming on Disney Plus this Friday, March 18th. I will be watching with my baby.